So here we have the front of the EV9. As you can see here, we have the digital pattern grille that is unique to this line. There are several trims, 5 trims in total. The top 2 level trims, Land and GT line trims, will have a unique pattern for each one. You can get other patterns by paying a little extra if you want, but you'll still get the pattern regardless. It just gives you a different pattern if you want to be unique. So here on this side of the vehicle, we have a power port that is just a regular outlet. It can do 125 volts at 15 amps. Supposedly it can do up to 1900 watts. Basically what your home outlet can do. Down here we have controls to lower the 2 second row seats. That makes it easy so that in the back here, you can lower the second row seats while at the same time lowering the back seats here. So as you see here, you got plenty of room. You can even camp in here if you want. All right, keep recording. On each side here, we have USB-C charging ports. Of course, we got the cup holders as well. Up on the top, we got the AC vents for each passenger. We're driving on the freeway right now on the EV9, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the regen braking available in this vehicle. So behind the control column here, your wheel here, you have 2 paddles. In a normal ICE car, those paddles would control the gears. So clicking the right pedal will take you down a gear, left paddle goes up a gear. Well, in this car, that controls the regen braking. So there are 4 levels of regen braking available. Level 1, which is basically like a normal ICE car, very little regen braking. Level 2 is a little bit more regen braking. Level 3 is even more. Simple enough. The difference though is that none of these levels will actually take your vehicle from moving, take your foot off the accelerator, and take you to a complete stop. It won't do that. However, in iPaddle mode, it is exactly like normal one-pedal driving in, for example, a Tesla, if you're used to that. So if you let go of the accelerator and just don't touch the brake pedal, the car will actually bring itself to a full stop and will remain stopped. So that's the different levels that you have available to you. So if you've never driven an electric vehicle before and you're not too sure about the whole regen braking issue, you can start from level 1 and then work your way up. Obviously, the higher level of regen braking, the more efficient the car will be. But if you're not used to it and you want to kind of slowly work your way up, you have that option. Another thing to keep in mind, while you're driving, you can actually adjust the level of regen braking just by hitting the paddles. However, if you're come to a complete stop and your foot is on the brake, you can't actually change the regen braking levels. So you have to actually have your foot off the brakes in order to do that. Just a little thing that you got to keep in mind. This is the heads-up display for the EV9, and as you can see, there's a lot of information to being provided here. As you can see, it's showing that we're in cruise control, adaptive cruise control, or whatever you want to call it. The miles per hour that we're currently going, visualization of vehicles beside us, and speed limit and the navigation, all in this little area in front of you, which makes things a lot easier. You can keep your eyes on the road. As you can see right now, there's a car passing us on the left-hand side, and it also shows the blind spot indicators as well. So here in the EV9, we're looking at the front here. It's pretty small for a vehicle of this size. You expect it to be a little bit bigger, but there's still plenty of room here. You can put your EVSE in here, more than enough. You can put a little bit of extra stuff. Nice thing is that this vehicle comes with this adapter for vehicle to load. So here you have your vehicle to load. This part plugs into your car's charging port. This part is a AC wall adapter. So you're actually able to plug in equipment here and actually power it via your car. This thing supports, it looks like here, it supports up to 125 volts at 15 amps. That's basically the same as a home. So you're gonna get easy 1300 watts out of the vehicle using this adapter here. So I've been driving this car for a while now, and I wanted to talk a little bit about the comfort and performance of the vehicle. Performance-wise, it's got plenty of power, more than you need, honestly, for a vehicle this size. It does a 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, 4.5 on track if you look at their materials. And in terms of comfort, this is actually a really comfortable car. The seats come with standard cooled seats as well as heated seats. If the driver's seat of this model, the GT line model, actually has a massage function, which is really nice. Definitely, it's more meant for, you know, kind of lowering fatigue on long drives, and it definitely is it's a nice, cool little feature. Not needed, but it's a nice little feature to have. In terms of the actual drive, it's pretty nice. The one pedal driving, the iPedal mode, is very smooth. Definitely on par with, you know, all the others. Better in most cases. The suspensions are really good. Overall, it's a very quiet drive too. The car is really quiet. It's well insulated, and also like I said, the seat, there's plenty of leg room. The passenger seat, as well as the back 2 rows, not the back 2 rows, the second row, I mean, also has a leg rest for the passengers. So that's a really nice addition. Definitely makes things a lot more comfortable. In terms of the third row seats, the third row seats actually are pretty spacious for a car of this class, basically. In fact, it is probably one of the best in terms of legroom for the third row. One thing I noticed about this car, obviously as a electric vehicle, it's already very quiet, but it's actually really well insulated, so you don't hear much road noise as much. And in terms of the actual features that you get for this class, it's actually really nice. So basically, the passengers all get their own USB-C charging port as well, so they can be, you know, charging their phones or their tablets or whatnot while they're, you know, relaxing back there. One important feature for long road trips is really good cruise control, and the adaptive cruise control in this vehicle is really good. I myself personally, I drive a Tesla, and this thing is miles ahead, way better. It doesn't suddenly stop because the car in front of you slowed down 5 miles an hour. It doesn't, you know, freak out when a car is about to merge in. It just works, and it works really well, very smoothly. I've been on cruise control this, you know, whole time, driving from Irvine to San Diego, and I hadn't had to intervene at all. In my Tesla, I probably would have intervened a few times already. Traffic's not too bad. You know, even when car merges in, there's not much of a big deal. The car doesn't freak out. So the adaptive cruise control on this is really, really good. Very smooth. It picks up when it, you know, the car in front of you picks up, slows down when the car in front of you slows down. Very nice. I wanted to cover the battery packs for these vehicles real quick. The lowest trim model has a 76 kilowatt hour battery. All the other ones have the 99.8 kilowatt hour batteries. The average range, or the max range, I guess you would say, for these vehicles is about 300 miles. The charging time for these is also extremely quick. You can get from 10% to 80% in 24 minutes. The horsepower, you got about 379 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. The 0 to 60, as I've mentioned before, is actually about 4.5 seconds to 5 seconds. So really quick. Kia will have over-the-air updates available for this car, so they can add new features over the air. No need to drive back to, you know, a dealership to get that kind of stuff done. The EV9 has won the North American Car of the Year award for best utility vehicle, and on top of that, they have one of the best warranties in the class. It's a 10-year warranty or up to 100,000 miles, and it includes covering the battery. That's something that a lot of EVs don't have. The battery is often at a lower year or a lower mileage. So being able to cover it for 10 years and 100,000 miles is actually really good. Definitely one of the best in class. The EV9 comes packed full of safety features, just like all Kias do. And some of the more notable features is, of course, the rear view mirror, which is a camera in the back. So even if you have people sitting in the back blocking your view, or if you just have the back filled up with stuff, you can still see out, and it won't compromise safety at all. You also, of course, have the 360-degree surround view when you're backing up, which can also be triggered by a push of a button on your console here. And then also, of course, you have your blind side assist. So when you put on your blinkers, a little image will appear on your dash in front here that shows, you know, whichever side, just to make sure that nothing happens. But you also get the sensor warnings as well. So you have a sensor warning up on your HUD that shows, hey, there's a car, in your blind spot, as well as an actual audible beep to let you know if you're about to start merging and there's a vehicle in your blind spot.